Hello, before the video starts, I just want to say that if you know me in real life, get out of my swamp. Anyways, today I wanted to talk about some dumb laws from France. France has been around for a very long time and has a very long history, so of course they have adopted some pretty outdated laws. Number 1. For example, one day back in 1954, a Frenchman, probably drunk, saw a UFO shaped like a cigar land outside the town of, oh god, here we go, Chauteneuf-du-Pape, which is a big wine-producing town in southern France, and he said he saw two figures, aliens, inside the UFO. When the mayor heard about this, he demanded a law be made that no UFOs be allowed inside the town again. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was the biggest act of galactic racism in French history. Number 2. This next law was actually taken down in 2013, but it had been around since 1799. So let's see what it is. So in 1799, it became illegal in Paris for women to wear pants. Now, while at first this may seem like the mayor of Paris has an issue and can't keep his eyes straight, there's actually a reason for why this law was made. Back in 1799, or 1800, during the French Revolution, there was a protest in which all of the women wore pants. I don't know how the king or the government or whoever saw this as an offensive protest, but they ended up banning it. In 1969, a gender equality group asked the Paris police chief to get rid of the law, and the Paris police chief basically said no. So I guess the police chief has an issue, not the mayor. What I find the most weird about this law is that in 1909, they changed the law so that women in Paris were allowed to wear pants as long as they were on a bike and holding the handlebars. But when you finish riding your bike, I mean, at some point you have to take your hands off the handlebars. Did they just have to make a mad dash for their house or ride their bikes into their house? And if they were being chased by the police for wearing pants, could they just jump onto a bike and then not be charged? If so, this is just a complicated game of freeze tag. Okay, so number 3 now. According to Article 2 of the French Public Health Code, according to a website found, according to the internet, a limited amount of ketchup, mayonnaise, vinaigrette, and salt are only allowed to be served with dishes it was meant to be eaten with, without eating additional condiments. This means, This means that schools have a limited amount of these items, and I assume it means that if you're in a school eating some soup and you ask for some mayo, the people working there are going to tell you no. But one way to get around this is if you play the Mayonnaise Free School Band. Yeah. Number 4. It's illegal to die. Wait, what? When? Dude, you can't just die like that. Now you're going to have to go to jail. About 18 to 20 years ago, a French town called Le Vendue passed a law that basically said it is illegal to die in the town. The mayor did this because the cemetery filled up and the town couldn't get the permission to build a new one. Hey, so what was the punishment for dying in the town? Death. Number 5. In France, you can marry a dead person. This law goes, the President of the Republic may, for grave reasons, authorize the celebration of marriage in the event of the death of one of the spouses, provided that a sufficient meeting of the facts unequivocally establishes his consent. In the case, the effects of the marriage go back to the date of the day preceding the death of the hospital. However, this marriage does not entail any right of in-state regimen is demand, I don't know French, have existed between the spouses. This law was created around World War I, so that the children wouldn't be born out of wedlock. Hello, I would like to be married to my fiancé, Arthur Fligicabugaber. He died 2 weeks ago. One says here he illegally died in the town of Le Levant. Yes, but sorry, I don't marry convicted criminals. Wow, that's 3 death jokes in a row. Number 6. You can actually prevent your kids from getting married in France. The only case I could find for this was back in 2010. Basically, this guy went to Asia for college and fell in love with a girl. They went back to France to get married, but the parents blocked it because they thought she was a Chinese spy, even though she wasn't from China, she was from Hong Kong. Now, I know what you're going to say. China owns Hong Kong. But the thing is, Hong Kong has its own Olympic team, so I'm just going to count it as its own country. Can you imagine how weird their families' get-togethers are? Yeah. Okay, now for the big one. Number 7. It is illegal to take pictures of the Eiffel Tower at night. French copyright works as any work is copyrighted for the creator's life plus 70 years. And since Gustave Eiffel, creator of the Eiffel Tower, died in 1923, the Eiffel Tower entered public domain around the end of the 20th century. So why is it illegal to take a photograph of the tower at night? Well, the lights at the Eiffel Tower is a different story. Since they were installed more recently and the designer is still alive, you can technically be sued for publishing a picture of the lit Eiffel Tower, although no one has yet. Oh well. At least we still have the Texas Eiffel Tower. America! Okay, here's my sources. They might be in the description too. Au revoir. Au revoir something. Yeah? Wish I knew what that meant.